So a very good evening, my dear friends. Today in this short discussion, we will try to discuss the how you should allocate your time for answering the different questions that are asked in your descriptive portion of your upcoming NABARD examination. Right? This is basically a problem basically for the new students, freshers who are appearing for this examination for the first time because they find it difficult to manage the time. So how to manage the time, we will shortly try to discuss what are the important issues that you should keep in your mind so that you do not get entangled with the question. You do not write an unbalanced answer. Your answer should be balanced, right? If you not write a balanced answer, if you will not address all the four questions that are asked in the examination, right, you will be out of race. So first and foremost thing for this examination is that keep in mind that you have to write what? You have to write a balanced answer. This is very important term. Do not write an unbalanced answer. By unbalanced, I mean that you have written a very good answer for some part of the question, but other part of the question you have not addressed well. So what is it required? That it should be balanced. All the parts should be addressed well. The second thing is that you should not keep any question unattempted. You should address all the questions, because if you do not address any one question also, you are out of the game. What? You are out of the game. Yes, my dear friends. So be very careful with both the things. These are the mantras that you must remember, that answer should be balanced and you should address all the question. Now, in this composite time of 90 minutes, you will be answering out of all the questions given, you will be answering 4 questions, 15 marker, 15 marker, 10 marker, and 10 marker. So how to allocate the time? As per me, you can have any of yours, but as per me, as with my experience, I would say that 15 marker, you should allocate 25 minutes, 25 minutes, right? Again 20 minutes and 20 minutes for your 10 marker, right? So what is this plus 5 plus 5? So plus 5 plus 5 we will discuss. I say that for every question you should allocate some 5 minutes for proofreading. Proofreading is very important because that proofreading helps you to polish the answer, right? It helps you to polish the answer. It helps you to think more innovative point. It helps you to think of more better examples. So 5 minutes for each question should always be there. Now, how to attempt a question? I have taken one example for you. The question says, what do you mean by cropping pattern? This is an important question for this year, my dear friends. Discuss the events which led to the current cropping system of India and challenges associated with. So I have taught you in detail about this, right? So how to attempt this question? Whenever this question will come, try to decode the question. The first step is decoding the question. Decoding the question means counting the number of contexts that has been asked in the question. So how many contexts have been asked here? So context number 1 is what? What do you mean by cropping pattern, right? The context number 1 is what do you mean by cropping pattern. The second context is discuss the events, right? You have to talk about the events that led to the current regime of the cropping pattern in India. So this is the context number 2. Context number 3 is the challenges associated with the current cropping pattern. So basically you have 3 contexts. So like that, any question that has been asked in the examination, try to decode that question, try to break up the question into different fragments, that how many contexts they have asked, and as per the number of contexts, try to allocate the time. So how I will allocate the time? So for every question, you must have 2 minutes for your introduction and your 2 minutes for your conclusion. The conclusion and your introduction should not be too long. It should be 2 lines or 1 line or 3 lines. You can give some quote, right? You can give some quote, you can give some little phrase to start with the answer. So it should not be lengthy. Do not take a lot of time in writing intro or the conclusion part, right? Now the context number 1, as you see that cropping pattern, just it is asking what is cropping pattern. So you'll write the definition of cropping pattern, you will give the example, and you'll wrap up in 3 to 4 minutes. You'll wrap up in 3 to 4 minutes. The second part has a more weight. You can see it is asking all the events which has led to the current cropping pattern. So allocate more time to it, around 6 minutes. The third part, challenges, again around 6 minutes. Now the last task that is left to you is proofreading. Proofreading, my dear friends, very important. That will help you to minimize the technical errors. That will help you to polish your answer. That will help you to balance your answer. That will help you to give better example for the question asked. So this proofreading is again very important, and allocate 5 minutes for each. And whenever you're writing, your eyes should be in the watch, so that once the 6 minutes is over, jump onto the other part. Once 6 minutes is over, jump onto the other part. It's like that. You have to jump onto the other part, right? Do not keep on writing one part only, that your time is over. If you're writing some unbalanced answer, right, if you're not addressing, as I said, you'll be out of game. So these are the techniques or tips from my side that you should keep in your mind while attempting the descriptive paper and while allocating the time for the different question. That's all, my dear friends. Thank you.